everybody doing today? I hope you found your peak to your day already and everything is going just great. Well, let's talk about what Shelia is going to be cooking in this Boozin food kitchen today. We're going to be making this sultry dish where it's like a little chili taco at the bottom, and then we're going to make this wonderful golden cornbread to put on top. So it's sort of like a chili cornbread bake, if you will, but you know we're gonna keep it boozy. So let's get over here on this stove and get everything worked out so we can be eating in no time. Meet you over there on the stove. Okay, so you see I got the cast iron out for this dish. Anytime I'm cooking anything that has anything to do with cornbread, I like to do it in the cast iron skillet. And for this particular casserole, it's basically going from the top of the oven once I get everything in there till it can go directly into the oven. So it's going from the top of the stove, to into the oven once everything is incorporated in here. So I've already browned a pound of ground turkey here. Okay, I'm not going to drain it. Now to this, I'm going to add my vegetable. All right. So this is a half of a medium bell pepper here. I'll chop it there. And then this is a half of a medium onion. Okay. Now I'm gonna put about this is a half teaspoon of garlic, just a little garlic here, and that equals to about a clove of garlic if you're using fresh garlic there. So now what I'm going to do is kind of stir these together and let them soften a little bit there. So the vegetables have pretty much softened there. So now I'm going to add 1 pack of this chili mix right here. And I like using this pack of chili mix because it has a lot of seasonings already in there that, you know, suits me very well. It has, you know, the cumin, the chili in there, dehydrated onions, and some other seasonings that really pairs well. So you don't have to have too many bottles sitting next to you to add to this ground turkey here. But you know, ground turkey doesn't have a whole lot of seasonings to it, so you have to kind of fight for that taste. Okay, and I'm using ground turkey, but I just want to mention that feel free to use ground beef if that's what you prefer. Okay, so now I'm going to get this can of stewed tomatoes in here, and this is about 14 ounces of stewed tomatoes. Get that in there. Kind of move that around. Do not drain it. I did not drain those tomatoes. So just get them. And I like to get the tomatoes that are in that basil too. Just add some more seasonings in there that I like in this particular dish. And as I'm putting them in there, you can get the diced up tomatoes, but I think I just got them, you know, just kind of roughly cut there. So I just kind of, you know, break them up a little bit because I like my mixture here to be a little chunky. All right, so we got that in there. I'm gonna turn this heat down a little bit. I got it on medium to high, so I just kind of turned it down to a low medium. All right, so now we got this all in there. Now what I'm gonna add, because you know we're gonna keep it boozy, honey. Okay, so I need to go ahead and put my jalapenos in there. And if you can sometimes buy that rotel, which will already have your peppers in there. But now let me give a booze in here, you know. So this right here is a half cup of red wine. Just any red wine that you have. I think this one is kind of a dry one. And even if it was sweet, that'd be okay because it would just come right on in with those tomatoes that have just a slight sweetness to them. All right, So we got that going. All right. Now what I want to put in here is my corn. And this is a cup of frozen corn right here. And you can use corn in the can if that's what you prefer to use, but if you use it in the can, just drain it, because you don't want this to be too soupy. And see, I'm looking at the liquid in there now, and that's just about all the liquid that you're gonna need in this particular dish. I don't know why I got my hands on this handle as if it's not hot. Okay, so we're gonna put that corn in there last, because we don't want it to just cook, because the corn is already cooked. The sweet whole kernel corn. And I, of course, like I said, use the frozen one. And I'm smelling that wine, and it's smelling, ooh, like I like my kitchen smelling boozy, baby. Okay, so we got that all mixed up. And now we're gonna hold off putting our cheese in here until we get our cornbread topping. So I'm gonna turn this eye off, because this is pretty much where we need it for right now. And now we're gonna get our cornbread together for the top of that meat mixture over there. So in this bowl, I have 1 cup of yellow cornmeal, and I have 1 cup of flour. We're making this bread from scratch today, but you can feel free to use some Jiffy if you want. So there's my all-purpose flour here and yellow cornmeal. Look at Angel Mama. You know she on her way out. Bless her. Bless her. Okay, bless us too. Okay, so here we have 2 cups of the dry mixture here. To this, I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of sugar here. You know, we're used to that Jiffy being sweet, so I want to keep this sweet too. So about 2 tablespoons is good. All right, we're gonna get that sugar out of the way there. Now I'm gonna add some baking powder here, and we do 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just a little baking powder right there. Okay. So we got that in there, and now we're gonna go ahead and add about a half teaspoon of salt. Just kind of eyeballing that a little bit, about, you know, like that. The salt in there. And now we're gonna put our little wet mixture in here. I'm gonna add a half cup of milk, and I drink this almond milk right here, so that's what I'm using in my bread. So whatever one of those dairy milks you drink. So that's a half cup of milk there, and we're gonna keep this bread top boozy too. So I have my little Mickey's right here, you know, a little beer. So this is going to be a half cup of beer, and I like the smooth Mickey's. It's a real smooth beer, so we're going to go on and get that in there. So that's a cup of liquid, and if you don't want to do the beer, by all means you can just go ahead and put 1 whole cup of your milk there. Okay, now I'm going to put my egg in there. 1 egg I'm using. Okay. Egg, and a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Got a little bit of vegetable oil here. Okay, so I'm putting a 1/4 cup of that in there. Yeah, 1/4 cup. And I'm gonna get this all pulled together here. So now we're back with our meat mixture, because we got our bread together. So now I'm going to come across the top of this meat mixture with cheese. I like mine really, really cheesy, and I'm trying to measure it out for you all. So we're going to say right now, we're saying a cup. And I think a cup might get it. So let me see how it's looking. I'm going to go ahead and say a cup and a half. I'm going to get a little bit more. Just a cup, and I just want to, and I try to kind of keep it towards the center. It's not quite a let's just say a packed down cup of cheese right here. Okay, can we say that? Yeah, we can say that. Y'all with me on that? Okay, good. I'm gonna put a little bit more like a cheesy. Okay, now what we're gonna do is come across the top of that bread across that mixture with our cornbread. Now what I like to do is put about a half cup of cheese in my cornbread. Told you I like it cheesy now. Okay, so that's about a half cup there. I eyeballed it. And I'm gonna move that around in there a little bit. And I like to let my cornbread sit just a minute before I put it in the stove to bake. And speaking of stove, my stove is already warming at a 400 degree temp there. Okay, so now we're gonna get this bread kind of on top of here. All right, y'all see that? All right. And y'all, that beer smells so good when you put it in your cornbread there. So we pretty much got it out of there. Just a little bit more. I like to get every bit of it out. So there we go. Now I'm gonna just spread this around on the top, trying to make sure all of my meat is covered there. All right. So now we're going to get this into this 400 degree oven, and it's going to bake, right now I'm saying 25 minutes, but you know the temperature of these stoves kind of vary based on some different things there. But we're going to get it, say 25 minutes for now, and then we'll be back with the finished product. There. She is out of the oven, and I've just gone over it with a little sheen of butter there. Like my cornbread glistening. We're gonna let it sit here for about 10 minutes before we cut it so that everything can settle. All right, y'all, we back and we got it done. We kept it boozing just like this. That little red wine in that cornbread bake was quite all right with me, and it's gonna be quite all right with you too. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go on and get out of your hair because I don't like to take up too much of y'all's time, but I try to give you everything that you need if you wanna cook up these dishes. Well, honey, I'm gonna go on and get into this. I've already gotten into it a little bit, and I can already tell y'all it is boozalicious. But if you like this recipe, please go ahead and like and give me a little thumbs up, share, do all of that social media stuff that you know we like to do. And y'all come on back on Wednesdays and Saturdays, every Wednesday and Saturday when I post up. And you know I'm always gonna keep it boozy, and I'm gonna always get into this good eating too. Okay, y'all? So here we go. Mm-hmm.